Now, on the heels of last night's FBI raid, the January 6th committee is going deeper into its own investigation. Today, the House panel is meeting virtually with former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. It's also interviewing Trump ally and Pennsylvania Republican nominee for governor Doug Mastriano. NBC News senior national political reporter Sahil Kapur is joining us now. So, Sahil, let's talk about Pompeo's deposition first here. What more do we know about that?
We don't know a lot at this moment, Aaron. We were told this morning that Pompeo was expected to meet with the committee today virtually, so there's not a room he's going to be walking in and out of that we can track. And of course, the committee is characteristically tight-lipped about what exactly they want from Pompeo. But we know that they are interested in discussions that were reported to have happened between cabinet secretaries after January 6th regarding invoking the 25th Amendment to declare then-President Trump unfit for office and essentially remove him. And Pompeo was, of course, one of the most prominent cabinet secretaries as the Secretary of State at the time, and also a firm Trump ally. He is someone that they want to learn more from about that event, and potentially others, as Cassidy Hutchinson, the former White House aide, had mentioned some chatter about the 25th Amendment among cabinet secretaries at the time.
And Sahil, we're learning that Doug Mastriano left his deposition after less than 15 minutes, right? What do we know about what happened there?
That was quite a short one. It doesn't look like anything fruitful came of that. And it was somewhat expected, or rather feared, because there was a dispute about the terms of this interview between Mastriano's legal team and the January 6th committee. His attorney indicated that they made some demands of the committee in terms of them being able to record the deposition in its entirety or postponing it until after his election in November, because he fears that some parts of it could be used politically against him. Of course, Mastriano is the Republican nominee to be governor of Pennsylvania. This is someone who was present outside the Capitol on January 6th as part of that march. It says, by his own reckoning, he saw, early clashes between police and agitators before, as the Capitol was being breached. And they also want to talk to Mastriano, according to a subpoena, about his apparent attempts to arrange a false slate of electors to keep Donald Trump in power, even though he had lost the election. Clearly, as we have seen today, the committee didn't get much of anything out of him.
Yeah. You know, Sahil, as we look at some of the numbers around this investigation in the House, so far the committee has interviewed over 1,000 witnesses. They've received nearly 150,000 documents. Talk to us about what comes next, what's down the road. Who else might be on the radar ahead of the public hearing that we anticipate maybe next month?
Yeah, I would say hearings, plural, according to the vice chair of the committee, Liz Cheney, are going to happen in September. And beyond that, they are looking at releasing a final report about their findings, as well as legislative recommendations. Now, the latter part is key. It's not gotten a ton of attention, but that's where the rubber meets the road. This is a legislative committee as part of a legislative body. And the big question is going to be, after all this, tantalizing information they've learned of about a plot to steal the election in 2020, what are they going to do about it in terms of tightening up the laws to prevent future candidates, maybe future presidents running for re-election, from exploiting gaps in the law, specifically the Electoral Count Act of 1887, the possibility of a false slate of electors, which gets back to the Mastriano subpoena. What are they going to do to prevent that from happening in the future? And that's going to be a big part of the committee's focus in the latter few months of the year. And of course, the goal of this panel is to get everything done this year, with the expectation that Republicans, if they flip a few seats in the House and take control, this committee is going to be out of business very quickly next year.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.